All right, hello and welcome back, everybody. This is David with Faramir's Rangers, and we got some Prussians taking the field, my friends. Yes, they are at it. We're doing our 4v4 tournament in Empire Total War. Obviously, as you can tell, this is Empire Total War. Duh. Anyways, this is our 4v4 multiplayer tournament, and it's nation versus nation. In this matchup, we are going to get down and dirty with the Prussians on the plains of, or not plains, but in Finland map on this versus the Ottoman Empire. And you'll see here the Ottomans coming at it. Down here they got Team 2 side. Those Deli Cav racing down the slope of the hill to meet those Prussians. And here you go. In the center, the Ottoman player looks like they're going to maybe try to get some shots off on the Prussian. Maybe we should look at that before we get going too far up the hill. See if they get a shot off here. Don't look like they are. All right, so up here, here's player 3, and then 4 up at the top of the hill on the far left. Ottomans again racing down the hill to take this flank. We got some Nazim Cadet mounted infantry there. Nice little unit. A little expensive, but hey, what can you do? Looks like the Deli Cav are trying to get a shot in on these Jaegers for Prussia. Get a couple, but they're going to lose one of their Cav here. Take basically a blow from 3 Jaegers. 2 from one of the Prussians and 1 from one of the others. And getting a little bit of shots in here on the Nazim Cadet rifles. Let's see here. It looks like the Cav's just out of range to get a shot in. That's unfortunate, as the Palestinians are looking like they're moving forward. This is getting to be a knockdown slugging match here pretty quick. At least on the top of the hill, things are progressing pretty nicely. Over here on the bottom, it's definitely slowed down. I thought we were going to get some action pretty quickly in, but it looks like that action is taking a slowing pace at the moment. But definitely here in the center and at the top of the hill, the action is pretty severe. So we'll see what happens here. Palestinians pushing in, the rifles in the center, shooting between the gap. Nice tactic there. And we got some Nazim Cadet rifles coming in to match the Jaegers off the slope of the hill there. All right. So in this match, let me just discuss this since I haven't had a chance to. The Prussians are coming into this match today with a record of 0-1. The Ottomans are at 1-0. So the undefeated Ottomans trying to keep their streak of wins alive. The Prussians trying to get off the snide and get a victory. Here we go. We got quite a bit of action now happening in the center on the bottom flank. The Nazim line infantry are getting in some really nice volleys in on the Prussians. And here we got a nice little push going for the Ottomans on the bottom flank, routing off one of the Prussian units there. All right. A lot of Prussian units held up and cowering in the woods down there. All right, let's see what's going down. Seems to be quieting down a little bit here in the center. At the center top on the right, looks like it's pretty aggressive, but we'll see if Jaegers get a shot off here. Got a nice little gap in the stake line that should be able to get a shot off on these Ottomans, but it looks like they're stopping there. They should push up and get a shot in. I guess they're resolute to stay there. It looks like one of the Palestinians is about to break. Prussians getting some really good shots in here. See if the light dragoons get a pop on them, and they do. And that is going to break that Palestinian most likely. It's getting thinned out. Maybe both of them. Yeah, both these Palestinians are gone. We're getting some hand mortars flying over the heads of their men. Getting some kills on the Prussian line here. And now we got some Israelis coming forward, taking the place of the Palestinians. Things have slowed down on the top of the hill. Not much happened there. Most of the action's happening off that slope and into the center of the battlefield. This is a very nice position in the woods. Really hard to get kills in on the Prussians in this little woodland there. Over here on the southern flank, it's quiet in the center. The flank is definitely heated up. Some hot and saucy action. All right, got some grenadiers here. Let's see. It looks like they routed off one of the unit. Now they're getting popped in the front there. All right. Prussians are coming forward with a large force. We'll see if they can turn the tide over here, as the Ottomans have really got a nice push going, but they're starting to run into a pretty heavy force of Prussians. The Prussians have the Woodland. So to win a Woodland fight, you got to go in with more superior units, or you can go with grenadiers. That helps too. Getting a grenade throw here on the Prussians. Good volley there, but it looks like they're not going to continue to throw the grenades, and that's going to not help the Ottomans' cause. They're losing another unit here. Things are not looking the better for the Ottomans, but I tell you, those Nazim Cadet are really good line infantry for the Ottomans, but they're just too thin. They're going up against too many units. I saw a grenade throw go off here. Let's take a look at that. There we go, another grenade throw. So you gotta keep them throwing. Keep those grenades going in. This should be a pretty devastating hit. Yeah, that whittled down quite a few. Here goes another throw. That Prussian's about to bite the dust. He's wavering, and that pretty much does him in. Let's see if he gets another throw on another unit over here. Looks like he's gonna try. See if the Prussian runs before he gets that throw. A little slow on the throw. The Prussians do get out of there. And the light dragoons coming up to get a shot in on those grenadiers. Here in the center, things are stable for both sides. On the top, you can see a lot of the Ottoman units have routed off. A lot of Ottomans coming down off the hill to assist. And yeah, you can see the rifle fight between the Nazim and the Jaegers over here in the center. And that, man, the Prussians are really getting in there. They're getting in the down and dirty here, making a push. Got some nice volleys coming in. Going up against the Chiaros, which is a really good unit for the Ottomans. All right. Let's see here. I think a lot of the telling of this story is going to be how well the Prussians do down here on this bottom flank. It looks like they just routed off a Delhi cav that came in against them on their Jaegers down at the red line. And now the Prussians are really starting to flex their muscles down here. It's not looking good for the Ottomans. They have really thinned out. And over here, it looks like the Ottomans are doing okay in the center. Up here in this part of the center, the Ottomans definitely are not doing all right. They're getting a pretty good amount of firepower just being thrust upon them. Not much happening on the top player over here on the right, but you can see here just a carnage taking place. The body's hitting the floor. All right, so we got two Prussian lined up against a Delhi horse and a Chiaro. Definitely, and they got a light dragoon backing them up. Definitely not going to go in the favor of the Ottomans here in the Valley region. Light dragoon's getting a great shot in there. You see one of the line infantry taking shots at that Delhi cav. But I will tell you that little spot there is also a very hard position to be able to get kills in on the opponent if they take those little wooded areas. All right, so we can see from the mini map the little indenture that the Prussians will take. Now you did see there was two line going through the valley, And over here on the bottom flank, the tables have completely turned. The Prussians are now pushing the Ottomans back over here. So you got the indenture here from the Ottomans over in the center, and the other center the Prussians have pushed out. You can see, I think at this point, the Ottomans have taken too many losses that they need to fall back and regroup at this point. We'll see if that happens. It looks like they're content in staying in the fight. I like it. I like it, though. Let's just get down and dirty. All right. Got some more hand mortars taking some shots in. As you can see, Prussians are definitely doing a fair share of damage in here as those more hand mortars go off. Okay, so those two lines that came through the valley, they have reinforced the Prussians' push, and they have taken that flank completely, pushing the Delhi Cav out, and it looks like those two lines are now coming down to assist the other flank. This Prussian player feels a bit confident in the center. I wonder who he is. All right. Should be able to completely flank these Ottomans down here. As you can see, the Ottomans they're doing pretty good in the center. Over there on that flank, not so much. Not so much. I think the Prussian on the top of the hill needs to make a push. Getting a cav charge in. Gonna hit him right in the back. Too bad it's going up the slope of the hill. You can see the Prussian infantry coming up to support, but a nice cav charge there nonetheless. One of the Ottomans does rout off the field. Got a little melee happening here in the center. All right, here we go. They have completely come around the back of the Ottomans here. And let's see what happens. They should be able to completely cave in this Ottoman force here. The other Prussian needs to come up and get involved. It's too far back. They still have to reload. That's unfortunate. They're hitting the volleys down. Point blank routes off that Nizam cadet infantry, and they're going to go to the bayonet. It's time to see if we can get them surrounded here and crush them. Again, the other Prussian player needs to get involved. Over here on this flank, they've pushed the Ottomans all the way back. They have taken over the Woodland from the Ottomans. And the Ottoman player here in the center making a push on the one line infantry of the Prussians, getting smashed in. Look at all those Ottomans. The Prussian player over there finally coming forward, but the Ottoman player looks like he's got an escape route in mind as he is pushing through, trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Over here, continually forcing the Ottomans uphill, and it looks like they are getting an escape route as well, as the Prussian player just needs to come on with it at the top here, because all those basically two armies that are left are coming downhill as fast as they can, which is a really good move on their part. And over here, the Ottomans escaped, which is unbelievable that they've been able to escape out of this entrapment. So well done on the Ottomans here, getting out of that entrapment. You can see on the bottom down there, the Ottomans hanging in there somehow up against overwhelming odds. Just go to the bayonet and get rid of them. Speaking of the bayonet, here come the Chiaros. They're going to put it to the Prussians here. I don't think the Prussians are going to fare well in that. Actually, the Chiaros don't have bayonets. They got the swords. And they're getting the chopping action going. One of them got it right in the chin, though. Another one got it in the chin. But they're going to rout off those Prussian units there. Look at this. I mean, there are so many Prussians over here. You just got to get in their face. Go downhill, charge them. You got it. It's over with. But it is not to be. This battle will take a little longer. And again, I think they could just bayonet charge them and get it over with. This is not even close at this point, really. The Ottomans just have a lot of remnants of units that have been battle weary, lost a lot of men I mean, they got several units, but they're just all very depleted. And you can see here, even up at the slope of the hill, the Prussians have a lot of units that have a almost full strength capacity here. So there shouldn't be too much. We're going to fast forward this because, like I said, this battle's almost decided. It's just taking a bit of time to get done. There's just too many Prussians here. All right, so yeah, the Ottomans are doing a real good job of staying alive. But it is making this thing go a little bit longer. But you know, in all reality, in this tournament, tiebreakers can be won by the amount of kills you get. So this is actually a good move by the Ottomans in this tournament. If they do end up with a tiebreaker, the more kills you get, the better off you are. So making this battle last a little longer is actually a pretty smart move on their part, because they are whittling down the Prussians a little bit at a time. And yeah, but I don't see them winning this. I mean, you can see here the manpower of the Prussians just far outweighs the Ottomans here. And these aren't just like line infantry. We got superior line and guards versus basic line infantry of the Ottomans. So this is going to be a win for the Prussians. I just don't see any way it couldn't be. And here we go. Ottomans again making a kiting move. And look, you can see what I'm saying. Prussians is just allowing them to keep the distance and pick them off in piecemeal. But finally up here at the top, looks like the deed is done. There's just a little bit of units left, but they're finally getting it. Finally. And over here, the Prussian player, will they get in there and just bayonet them and finish them off? Or are they trying to make a mockery of them? All right. Over here, we're getting down to the last remnants of the Ottomans here in the center. See if the Prussians get a volley here. There we go. That's going to rout another unit right there, maybe two. Two are wavering, and one is gone. Over here, okay, so this is actually a good move. Don't chase after a couple of units. Looks like the other Prussian player is going to come down here, help them finish off this part of the battlefield, and then make the Ottomans chase after you versus you chase after them. That's a really good move. Always better to connect your armies, stay in strength, fight in force. All right. And this is going to be pretty much the death knell here. So the Ottomans are going to go to 1-0, evening up their win-loss records for the season. And the Prussians now elevating themselves to a record of 1-1. So both of these teams are 1-1 even. So the tiebreaker will be a factor, and the fact that they do face each other again on the Ottomans' home turf could be a factor. But it is a good thing that Prussians win on their own home turf as they take the win. So I hope you did enjoy this battle. I sure did. This was a good fight right from the start. Hot and heavy action all the way. So I appreciate you guys for joining us. And again, we got more battles. This is 2 more battles left for this week.